You guys, this is gonna be a hard video to do. My first promise to you is full transparency. No bullshit, no making it nice for social media or anything like that. Now, what are we gonna do? We are glowing up, cozying up, making the best of ourselves in our 40s. This is the result. That's what we're gonna do. Hi, my name is Yelena. I turned 40 not so long ago, like a few months ago. And I want to be my best self, not only physically, but also mentally and everything else. Now, one thing I don't want is I don't want it to become yet another rat race. I don't want to be a productivity is everything kind of thing. I don't want it to be optimized, optimized, optimized. I don't want that. That's an old life. That's not me no more. I want it for my now area, for my 40s area, for a lack of better words. Now, so my core wishes really are I want to just be happy with myself, content, not even far reaching anything. I want to find myself, my voice, my passions, and all that stuff. I feel that a lot of who who I am was defined by external factors, mostly not like mostly work, and I don't want that anymore. I want to find happiness within. This is, as I said, not a productivity hyper focused perfection thing. If you want that, cool, not here. I'm gonna do very tiny steps. I'm gonna be very gentle with very kind self talk because the self talk can be your worst enemy is you, at least for me. So, and I really want to protect my time and my well being, especially my mental health. One disclaimer: I am not a physician, I'm not a doctor, I am nothing. So, this is what I decide to do for me. Maybe a doctor will have some input here and there. Just as a disclaimer, you do you, girly. I will have three work pillars. Are we already talking corporate? One is mental health or well being. The second one is physical well being. And the third one is food. However, I will talk about that a little bit later. So, pillar number one, mental well being. First goal in that pillar is to discover really who I really am and what I really want. Now, this is going to be a really long process. I don't expect it to be clear in like a week or even in like 3 months. I don't even know really how to go about it. So we'll see about that. Then I want to find a path in my professional life where my nervous system feels safe because right now it doesn't. And in my professional life, I wanted just to be stable and safe and, steer the course. I am not really interested in doing the big career anymore because it's not me. And one thing I know about myself, I know a lot of things that I don't want. It's really hard to define what I want. And then I want to deepen the connection in my social life. I don't know yet what that looks like, but I really enjoyed having a in-person book club. But I also want to deepen my ties to my family and that kind of stuff. So again, no clue what this is gonna look like, but you're gonna be here for the journey. So how will I measure that? I'm not even sure you can measure it, but I'm trying to at least put down some thoughts in a journal around like what did make me really happy this week? What was a really big win? What did I not enjoy? and see that as a win as well to discover what I didn't enjoy. Second pillar is the physical health. Now we know I just come out of a shoulder surgery, and what really dumped me with that is how fast you lose your freaking muscles when you're over 40 or when you're 40. So, and oh yeah, who feels like really unbendable now? I was able to touch my toes not even 2 years ago. Where is this going? Where is it? So, this is one of the things. I want to keep my mobility. I want to be elastic again. I want to build up the strength to just have fun in life. When you go traveling and you suddenly do your 30,000 steps in New York, I mean, New York is like walking. I don't want to feel shit after. I don't want to feel like my body's giving out on me after. So I want to not feel old, if you know what I mean. Then I want to work on my hair. Now, I have really long hair. Let me see if I can show you. Look at that. I have long hair there. I have to say, it's not the most beautiful hair. Also, not the most beautiful hair I've ever had. That's why I know it's not the most beautiful hair. So I'm gonna go and cut my own hair. I'm gonna take it with me, my own hair. First things we're gonna do, cutting my hair. So my hair is now really unmanageable. There's like this much at least that needs to come off at the end. Like it's really hard to comb through because it's just the ends are so broken. There you go. Hey, I'm gonna take the majority off so this is easier. There you go. Taking the majority off again. Look. And I took off quite a bit. I mean, that's what it is, huh? Now I have to do the mess. And I think I'm gonna color it again. I did color it again, and as you can see, I'm showing my age even more. Oh, this was a workout, and now I'm gonna go have my husband help me with the stain remover. There you go. Looks, I'm guessing, decent enough. I'm not seeing it. Anyway, this is done as well. I want to implement a skincare routine that is not crazy, sustainable, and good for my skin. Like I do have some texture on my skin, and I have this. You see that one? I have like this cape. Okay, this one that was a stress pimple from my wedding. Just before my wedding, I got this huge, and it's still there. And my wedding was 2 years ago. So, and it stayed. What the hell? Anyway, I have some texture issues that I want to tackle, and also I want to keep my skin as supple, like as stretchy and elastic as possible. You know, just to not show my. Well, you know, I want to age gracefully, so it's fine if my age shows. But if I can do something for my skin to be more healthy and glowy and all that stuff, then yes, please. And then the last point, you guys, I don't even know to talk about it. I did lose some weight in the last couple of months. I don't want to really talk about it because I find that usually really triggering, so I'm not. However, I finally, in my 40s, want to know what I actually like to wear. fairly easy. What really suits me, what color palette suits me, if I like to wear dresses or not. I don't know. I want to find out what I actually like to wear. Now, you will never ever steer me away from my cozy sweaters, ever. However, maybe you can steer me into a different direction. We will be doing at some point, and I'm already dreading this, an audit of my closet. And then we'll see if we have to supplement anything. I bet there is some stuff to supplement, and really, I want to think about it. But yeah, I want to find clothes that I love on myself. Just one more, and I hope it's the last thing I'm going to say about it. I don't want to lose a lot more than I am right now. So I probably will wait with the audit until then so we have a realistic view on what's staying, what's not staying, and what we can actually add. Okay. I probably will for the first few weeks do like maybe like a weekly kind of like check mark on how many times I actually did my mobility and strength training and walking. Not because I want to be strict with myself. And by the way, mobility and strength and all this stuff can be 5 minutes, it can be 30 minutes, it can be an hour. I decide in that moment what feels good. There's no like, I have to do 10,000 steps every day because everyone says I have to do it. No, not here. This is gonna be not that. No. However, I feel like to get a realistic view on any sort of progress, it might be good to do like just a check mark, just like a little. I did a something today, and see how many days a week I actually do that. I think that's fair, is it not? Yes. Okay. Now, trigger warning. I'm gonna be talking about food and relationship to food, and you might want to skip ahead. I'm gonna give you the timestamp when if you feel triggered by it. However, I don't think there's any fixing, but at least work on my relationship with food. I want just a normal relationship with food. No any kind of abnormal eating. That's what I want. Now, I will try to eat a certain amount of times a day, concentrate on the composition of the food, like protein, fat, etc. But I'm not making it I'm not gonna measure anything. Yeah, no calories. I'm not gonna put my steak on a scale to see how much protein. None of that. Because this is not what normal people do. Seriously. Normal people eat, enjoy their food. They look a little bit after what they're eating, but they're not obsessively thinking about it. I don't want to obsessively think about food. So, we have a certain amount of times a day I'm going to be eating. We are going to concentrate on the composition of the food, and we are going to record how we are feeling about the food that we are eating. And that's it. And I'm going to tell you that now. However, I might not make it a constant topic in my videos for you in my updates because it's not everyone's cup of tea, for one. I don't want to trigger anyone who is struggling because I know how that feels like. And maybe if I make it too much of a topic, it might be triggering to me as well. And because we are doing a cozy glow up, we don't want that. We don't want anyone triggered. We don't want anyone feeling bad, including me, huh? Oh, yeah. And food on this channel will not be labeled as good or bad, completely neutral. There's no, there's not going to be a compensating for something you ate. You have to burn more, you have to, la la. No, 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 none of that. So, this is it, you guys. It's the goal, it's the plan, it's the wishes, it's the setup. it's not gonna stay that way. It's gonna move. It's gonna be organic because you know what? Life is organic. I don't believe you can plan everything to the point and it's exactly gonna be that way. That's perfectionism, and this is not what we do here. I hope you come on the journey with me and have actually also some fun and learn something about ourselves and grow and shine and have the best life. See you next week. Bye bye.